All right. So we should be live right now, but I want to do a quick test while I make sure it's good on YouTube. I'm just gonna ask you. This could be a simple question. We are live right now. I want you to tell me, like, is there anything you want to plug or anybody you want to shout out, anything like that, before we get this thing underway?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. All right. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It looks like the service there is a little bit a little bit whack. So this may happen a ton, but hopefully we get through it. Nothing we can really do. But yeah, let's bring him back in here. This might be another like Cam Jones interview if you guys remember that one. But yeah, let's see. All right, hello. Hello. See, I don't know if you hear us. Yo, can you hear me or no?
Hello.
Whoa, hello. All
Seems
right,
like
all
it's
right.
gonna have
Yeah. This gonna be interesting, but we'll
fun
I mean,
interview time.
or we could do as an
Hello.
alternative.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
I can hear you.
All right, guys. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right. All right, guys. So sorry for that delay. Uh, hopefully we should be good now. I got Riley on a call right here, so you guys could hear him. Yeah. Wait, real quick, because your face isn't showing up on the thing. Could you just leave on your computer while we do a little quick introduction and everything?
Yeah, I just refreshed.
All right. Oh, I see. All right, there you go. So yeah. So anyways, oh, also make sure lower your computer volume too. Mute your computer as well, because you'll just hear me through this thing.
Yeah, I'll just honestly mute it because I can hear you through here.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, again, guys, we're being creative. We got Riley on here. Hopefully this works on YouTube. I will find out. See someone. Oh, I see you comment. I can hear you fine. Nice. But all right, guys. Anyways, before we get this thing underway, is there anything you want to plug or anybody you want to shout out, anything like that?
Honestly, just shout out my parents and then family and totally, and then I don't think I really want to shout out anyone else.
All right, sounds good. Well, anyways, I guess we get right into the interview. So we've kind of learned through this that I guess the campus is basically in the middle of nowhere. You said so. What's I guess the atmosphere like of at St. Thomas More?
You said the downsides?
Or no, the atmosphere of it. Like I guess that.
Oh, the atmosphere? Honestly, it feels like way more like a family atmosphere than anything, just because everyone's like always on campus because of bubbling and stuff. And with being in the middle of nowhere, everyone's like always here because you can't even really like all the bad kids who would sneak out can't because the closest thing's like 10 miles away. So you can't really do anything with that.
So do people like make jokes about sneaking out of the campus?
There are a couple people who definitely do, but like most of them just can't do it at all just because of the like it being so far away.
Yeah. So how do you like? I guess explain to me. So I guess how does it how does it like what do you guys get for food? Do you have somebody like a chef there or something like that, or like how do all those logistic stuff work?
Goodness gracious, this is so. I lost your a bit. Would you say?
Wait, are you able to hear me now?
Would it be better just to be on a call?
Yeah. Whatever you think is easier for you. It could be like this, it could be a phone call. If you want to send me your phone number, we could do it that way as well. All right. Sorry, we're figuring this out. We're figuring this out. Yeah, just keep tight. Just keep tight. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Okay, let's try this.
Yeah. Hopefully this works. I hope it does. But yeah. So describe like, do you guys have? I always want to know with the boarding schools and everything, or just all those like prep schools you call them. Like, what's the food situation like? How's that?
The food situation is the honestly, I'd say the breakfast food is the best part about it, and then other than breakfast, hit or miss. Very, very hit or miss. There's some really, really good foods, and then sometimes you don't go to dinner.
Yeah, that I kind of understand. Like for my sleepaway camp, like I love it there. All right, my dad just tuned in. He said he could hear. Sounds good. Yeah, Dad. Let me know if you could hear like both of us talking. But yeah, like at my sleepaway camp, the breakfast. I love breakfast, so I feel like the breakfast is always good. Usually, it has been bad sometimes. For the most part, I just love breakfast in general, so I always think that's good. But yeah, sometimes like for lunch and dinner, like I'll end up eating like an apple and peanut butter, and that'll be what I eat for the rest of the day. It's annoying, but it's like I don't know. It's almost like you got to pick your battles. Like you want like the good basketball program, or do you want the good food? Like you just gotta pick sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the breakfast is almost always good.
Yeah. What's like what's your favorite breakfast?
So we have French toast sticks and sausage links, along with chocolate chip muffin.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the best ones.
Yeah, that definitely sounds good. I remember actually we used to have French toast sticks. Then they took it off the I guess their like menu. Like there's no, you don't order from a menu or anything, but it's like the things that they would make you eat, like that was on it, and they took it off. But those I used to love for sure. But when did you start attending the school?
I started attending this school year, September, because of COVID things, and it looked like schools in New York weren't going to play basketball that much. So I decided to come here because we were always going to be able to play worst comes to worst with each other.
Yeah, and I mean that's definitely a pretty crazy thing. Like this year, you were never expecting to go to school or do high school without your parents, without like sleeping in your bed at home or anything. Like this, is obviously a really different circumstance. How have you adjusted to living away from home and all that?
To be honest, it hasn't really felt that different because like I call my parents like basically every day, sometimes almost a day. But like with how everything is here, like we have hour-long classes, 15-minute breaks, lunch, then another couple classes, practice, dinner. I like have like 2 hours of free time, usually ends up being, and then I go to sleep. And then we have the gym open in the morning.
Yeah, and during your 2 hours of free time, what what do you do? What do you do during your free? Unless it's just homework, then or whatever. That's what I would maybe assume. What do you do during your 2 hours of free time? I guess.
For me, with because everyone else has like usually people go to bed around 10ish and stuff, but because of my I need 10 hours of sleep, like medical thing. I figured out ways to just get like homework done like right after class, like still in the classroom. I'll just get it done in the class, and because we also have 15-minute breaks in between, so I can get that done. And I usually don't end up with homework so I can just like chill during the free time, call my parents, and just talk with people, and then different things like that. And then I'll just like play video games or like watch shows and stuff.
Yeah. So do you have it? Wait, actually, I probably should ask. Like, are you living in like a dorm room or like what do you live in?
I live in a dorm room. It's probably like 10, 12 feet across, and then like 20, 30 feet in length.
Okay. All right. And you have like a TV and everything?
Yeah, I have a TV that I brought, and then I got a PlayStation, and then I don't usually end up playing it during the week. I usually just like sometimes I'll just head to bed early if I had a really long day, and then yeah, I have a bunch of like snacks and different things in the dorm room that I just have.
Yeah, I was just curious, like if you watch TV there or anything, or if you have no clue, I guess what's going on with the world is what I was kind of curious about.
Yeah, I don't really have actual TV. I just have the TV that I use the PlayStation for, and then I usually just end up watching shows, and then I have the ESPN up for like sports stuff. Usually, I hear my news through there and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so do you not really know like? Do you are you informed what's going on? Like, is that outside of your school or no? Because I know, like, this sounds similar to my sleepaway camp. Like when I'm at sleepaway camp, like you feel like you're in a bubble, not like the NBA bubble where it's just like safe in the bubble, but in terms of like you don't know what's going on outside the bubble, like because there's no TV, no phones. You've no idea like what's happening in the world besides like what's in there. So that kind of how you feel sometimes?
Not really, because granted the Wi-Fi is bad, it still works well enough, and because I also live like really far out in the country for all my life with really no Wi-Fi, so I already know what that's like, and I've kind of just gotten used to like waiting like 15 minutes for a page to load. Like I'll just like put it loading and then go do something else, and then I know most things, like things that I usually would know, but not really that isolated news-wise.
Yeah. So, and you said you lived in New York, right?
Yeah, I live in upstate New York by Albany.
Okay, wait, where'd you live? Like, well, I don't know. Do you know what Hopewell Junction is or no? I don't know if you know what that is.
No, like my town is Rotterdam. It's like off exit 25A of the thruway.
Yeah, all I know is like because when you said middle and like you used to kind of just live in very rural parts. I know you said you're from New York because my friend, he lived or now he lives in Maryland, like a more normal place, I guess you could call it. But he used to live in this place called Hopewell Junction. I swear it was like a one street town, or at least that's what I saw. I just saw one street. I thought he lived in the middle of nowhere. Like compared to where I live, like I thought for sure he lived in the middle of nowhere, which I just found crazy. So I would have found it cool if you guys lived in the same area, but I guess not. But to on the interview, what have you guys played any games this season, or what's been the circumstance of that?
Yeah, we technically they're scrimmages because they're not. Here on Saturday, and they're like 5 hours away in Maine, which was ridiculous to drive there. And then we've played over the spring. I think it's like 6 games now. It's probably 6. 2 again. Or wait, no. It's 7 because we also played Cheshire once.
All right, and I got this question. I wasn't planning on asking. Luckily, I just saw this. I saw you like jumped in the snow or something crazy like that. Can you take us through what happened over there?
So what originally happened was I was doing a lifting workout in my basement because I have like a weight room area that I have weights in, so I do lifting sessions there. And then afterwards, I was pretty sweaty and hot, so my brother was like, "Hey, go jump in the snow," and I was like, "Not a bad idea. I'll only do it if you do it, you know." And then he just ran outside and jumped in the snow. I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" So I ran outside, jumped in the snow, and then I'm like, "Wow, I should have videoed that." So instantly, I had the greatest idea of going to do it again and get it on video that time.
Man, that's crazy. So I want to know, was that like refreshing to you, or was it too cold to be considered refreshing?
For me, it was really refreshing because I was still like really hot, and I instantly had to take my shirt off because a bunch of snow got up on it. But other than that, it was completely good.
Yeah, and you said your brother's a coach at St. Thomas More, right?
Yeah, he's the coach for the varsity basketball team. Yeah, I'm on the PG team.
Okay, so obviously like he is there with you. I'm sure, does he have like a big impact in shaping you as a player and all that stuff?
You said keeping me as a player?
Or no, shaping. Like has he kind of helped you a lot and helped you grow as a basketball player?
Yeah, 100%. He always like gives me like different tips and stuff, and he's gone through like, I'd say, one of the hardest experiences because every time he was trying to play, he ended up getting injured and out for the season type injuries and stuff. So he could never like have a real college and high school career because he was always injured. So he's taught me like a bunch of injury prevention stuff that just helps with that. And then the one thing that he always had was the physicality of just playing as hard as he could. And I've definitely gotten some of that, not all of it yet, but I'm working on that.
Yeah, and I want to ask the whole injury prevention kind of thing, because I mean that's kind of shows it's a game of basketball. Like you could be playing, like have all this potential, but like God forbid it's a career-ending, season-ending injury that could literally ruin your whole future almost, depending on how you are. Like it's really important to prevent yourself from injuries. Obviously, what are some of your tips to preventing yourself from getting injured?
I'd say one thing that I'd almost never done before was strengthen the tibialis muscle, which is the shin muscle, which really prevents like ankle injuries, like twisting your ankle and stuff, and also knee injuries because it's connected to those two. But I mostly just do like lifting stuff for certain areas, like lighter weights, awkward movements, like, and then also different like stretching all the time after workouts. It really helps.
Yeah, and you said some muscle that I don't even remember. That was very, very like high. How do you say it? Not high tech. Like I guess we'll say that was a very smart word that I'll probably never need to know. And I know you do have an offer from Penn, so that shows like you. Oh, and Yale too. So it does show like you do take academics seriously. Could you talk about yourself, I guess, off the court and in the classroom and how you are with that?
Yeah, I like to almost pride myself on my school grades because this year I was at a difficult school, Albany Academy, the past couple of years. So when I came here, it was just so nice because it went from I had to really try to keep my straight A's up to I could kind of just glide through this year, and I had a 4.3.
Yeah. What I find interesting about that is because most people, like I'm assuming the school you went to was extremely hard because most people, unless like St. Thomas More isn't the extremely hardest academic school, but other than that, like anybody else I've spoken to that does that transition from public school to prep school, they always say the academics here are just 1,000 times harder, but for you it somehow got easier. Like, what was the school you were at before? Is
So,
that much harder?
Yeah, my other school was a private school, Omni Academy. It was like I'd say it's a really difficult school to be at because the academics are pretty hard. And I ended up taking 2 honors classes, I was gonna take 2 AP classes and 2 honors classes this year if I stayed there. But the year before, I had taken 4 honors classes, and I had an A in every class except for 1.
Yeah, that's obviously pretty nice for sure. And I'm wondering, did you ever take AP US history or no?
No, I was gonna this year.
Yeah, you made a good decision. That's all I gotta say is you made a very good decision. That class, like, oh my gosh, is insane. It's insane. Like I could
Very
take
difficult.
a lot of work nonstop. Like we're almost done. Like, see, I literally have the book because I was reading before this. I have the book right in front of me. Yeah, I have my homework. Like, this is like a light. I apologize for my handwriting. This is like not that much homework for the class. Like, all this filled with writing, then same thing on the back, and then this is kind of easy. But yeah, that's like not that much. It's just, but it's not like the hardest thing, but it's more I've never had like a day off, you know? Other classes, you'll occasionally have that day or two, like every month where you don't really do much. It's like nice, but for this class, every single day is either reading, a quiz, a test. This thing, like it's always been something, but we're actually almost done. We only got 2 more chapters left. And yeah, but then gotta take the exam and everything. So that's a whole other story. But yeah, at least like we're getting to the end. That's all I gotta say. But I want to talk about those Ivy League schools. Is going to the Ivy League, like, is that something that you're considering a lot? I'm not saying more than others, but like, are you thinking like it would be cool to go to an Ivy League school, I guess?
Oh yeah, like the things that they've talked about are just like they would be really helpful because it's like the Ivy League school thing is like it's the 40-year plan, not the 4-year plan. So even after college ends, you have all the connections. You can go basically work wherever you want to. You'll know everyone, and everyone respects the Ivy League education.
Yeah, I just texted my dad to watch this because he told me, and I don't know if you can answer this question or if you know, but my dad said that his friend reportedly told him that like because you have an offer from Penn and Yale, like he said that Ivy League schools don't give offers, that's obviously false, right? Like they do give you like scholarship offers and everything. If you know the answer to that.
I'm pretty sure they do because I had heard that too, like a while back, and it's like I'm pretty. It might have changed recently or something, but like I'm pretty sure that they give offers now at least.
Yeah, because I mean, players are reporting like, oh, I got an offer, I guess you could say, because if it wasn't the case, you wouldn't see guys committing to the Ivy League, because it's also like if you're getting Ivy League offers, there's schools like Yale offers from like Syracuse. I'm pretty sure is a pretty good school. I know Penn State's a pretty good school as well. Like the players could go to schools where they're actually getting full rides from. All right. Yeah, well, while we wait for him, Dad, just so you know, because I know you're watching, he just said, this is evidence, I told you that, at least according to him,
I'm sorry, I had a key. I got my key back now.
Oh, awesome. Well, I am very happy for that. So yeah, Dad, you're wrong. I'm right. Hope you enjoyed that, Dad. Yeah, I'm happy you got your key back. If you can continue on with the whole recruitment process, I guess, kind of thing. Do you know what sorts of schools have been showing you some recent interest?
I'd say I don't think I've gotten any like recent new colleges stuff. It's just all the ones that basically have offered me so far that are still like in my consideration have been keeping up with me, and that's basically who's been talking to me, who's been interested, and who's been trying to get me. Yeah,
and your high school career is not coming to an end. Wait, hold on one second. Wait, sorry, I don't know how I saw this. wait, were you ever in South Florida for something? Because I saw Pressure Athletics made you a video. I know who that is.
Yeah, I was in Florida with Albany Academy for a tournament that we went there for.
Okay, yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah. And then the Pressure Pressure Athletics, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he got the video of me dunking on the kid.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's. I was like, I saw that. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I know that logo because that's like a local thing. So that's kind of cool. But yeah. Anyways, continuing on. You're not like near the end of your high school career, but we're starting to get close to summertime. Hopefully, come sooner than later, like June, all those kinds of months. Which means like it's gonna be your senior year soon. Do you have a timetable for your recruitment, like when you want to commit and all that, or no?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna commit sometime over the summer because my goal for the colleges stuff is I'm gonna go visit a couple colleges whenever that opens. But I'm gonna narrow down the list probably right after the school year ends. Go visit like the 5 or 6 colleges that I narrowed the list down to, and then decide from there. And then I'll probably commit sometime in the summer before my senior year starts.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. And I forgot to ask this question about academics, but what's your favorite subject in school?
Math. Just so far math. It's for me, math just comes so easy, and like a lot of people like hate math with a passion, but like for me, I've always understood it, so it's just like my favorite subject.
Yeah, that's funny you say that because for me, I don't hate math with a passion, but if someone like I highly respect math and I enjoy it when it's easy or I have a good teacher or whatever. But I would say
that's just your way to hate math.
Wait, what did you say?
That's just a roundabout way of saying
No, because like I wouldn't say like tomorrow I have my math class. Like I enjoy my math class. Like I used to absolutely hate it when I was in elementary school. But then like sometimes like I don't know. I would say I respect math, I guess you could say. But I consider myself I'm more of a reading, language arts, history kind of guy. Like I don't know. I find that more natural than a math and science thing. That's my thing. But no, like I don't know. Like I definitely don't hate unless I'm flunking math. Then of course I'll hate it. But if I'm doing like decent in it, then I'm not gonna hate it. Like I don't know. Yeah. So what math are you in right now?
I'm in pre-calc right now.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm only in algebra 2 right now.
Yeah, I've always kind of been ahead in math. At my old school, like for 8th grade, when you're usually like in pre-algebra stuff, almost everyone was in algebra, and we were always like a year ahead at that school, like a year ahead of where students usually are.
Yeah, that's how it was. Like for it almost became normal. Look, well, at least for my friends, because I guess the math I'm in right now, I'm supposed to be in. But then, like at my school, 8th grade too. Even though I went to a public school, like you could have taken, think 8th grade, you could have taken pre-algebra, you could have taken algebra 1, or you could have taken geometry. So yeah, like the geniuses will be taking geometry, obviously, and then other than that, like if you're pretty smart, then you would take algebra. Then if you're just normal, you just took pre-algebra, and that's why I just can't. I've never been into math, so yeah. I don't know. I find it so like I guess what I hate the most is like I always look forward to the next lesson because I always like I hope it's something I get, and then if it's something you don't get, I'm so like disappointed. Like then you gotta look forward to the next one. Like every day, like if you don't get the beginning of class, first 5 minutes, you just always hope like please tell me something easy. Like that's all I always hope for, or something that I'll understand.
Yeah, I almost always can understand. Like if a teacher's going over it and explains how to do it once, I usually end up understanding whatever it is for math.
Yeah, and my one thing with math, like I'm not one of those annoying like people where they're saying like, oh, you'll never use this in your whole life, but sometimes like there's stuff you're really never going to need to know.
Realistically, you never will.
Yeah, so
like the only people that do use like geometry and stuff carpenters, engineers. You're not really going to use it if you already know what job you're going to be. Like, realistically, that's, if you don't, and carpenter or engineer or something like that's an option, of course, you need to know it because you might do that. But for most people, you don't need any math skills.
Yeah, that's why. That's kind of like the one hard. Like, it's like I know for a fact I'm never going to use this ever again, but it's like I'm trying so hard to know it for who knows why. Just cut. Like, I don't know. That's kind of like a thought that you kind of think about sometimes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you happen to watch the All-Star game yesterday, or anything from it, or no?
I watched a part of it, and then I had to go to bed. Like, I stayed up for a little bit. I didn't end up getting to the dunk contest, but I heard Simmons won it.
You didn't miss a single thing. That's that. I should have. I regret. Like, I was doing my AP US history homework, watching the All-Star game. I'm like, I'm not letting this class take over any of my life. Like, I'm gonna do it and watch the All-Star game. Which, like, I got the homework done, so it wasn't like a problem. But I could have just sat in my room and did it normally because the game sucked. And the dunk contest was even worse. So yeah, it was all really bad.
I feel like we've been spoiled with the past couple of dunk contests.
Yeah.
We had Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon, the ridiculous people. I feel like the only ways that we can be entertained dunks now is like going to watch the Dunk King. Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah. I haven't. I think I've watched the whole thing, but like I would be like that. That was like the biggest distractor. Like, I'd be in middle school, that thing was on TV, trying to do homework. I just get on. Like, yeah, that was distracting. That was distracting.
Score behind
yeah. Yeah, but you're saying we're spoiled, but like really like we're not. People are evolving. Like, that's how everyone is now. Like, everyone could. There's eighth graders doing these windmill 360 stuff. Like, it's more like like the human basketball player is getting 1,000 times better. Like, it's my opinion. It's not even that we're spoiled. It's just how most people are now. Like, everyone has bounce.
I mean, like limit to where it's not really gonna get any better. Like,
yeah.
People, like, the only people who are gonna be better than the athletic specimens are the people who practice every day, like George Cookin and like CJ Jackson, like all those guys that took Dunk King stuff. Like, those guys are the ones that have worked at it their entire lives, have had like the perfect training now, which is coming out of like something. So I feel we're not really that much better. I feel like even way above anything was actually that. It was rim grazer, and everything's changed, and I feel like it's almost hitting a limit now.
Yeah. So you don't think like dunking's gonna get any crazier? You think you think you kind of maxed out?
It's gonna get crazier, but like it's hitting the point where it's gonna take a while to get crazier because we're gonna have to get another generation of people because you can't have someone better than Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon. Like, those two are the best dunkers of this generation. No one is gonna match that. Like, those two are ridiculous, and you're gonna have to wait for.
Yeah, I want to say, I guess honestly, my one thing, not even that people won't get more bounce, but it's more like what else could you possibly do that hasn't been done? Is more like I can't think of a different besides something like impossible, like 360 windmill between the legs, like that's a little crazy. Like I feel like everything's already been done.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Everything's been done. There's nothing new that you can do. The only thing is doing it from further out, doing it from behind the backboard, like stuff like that. But that's already been done too. Like it's hitting a limit.
Yeah, you think the NBA should allow if somebody could get a trampoline and put it behind the backboard and then jump over the hoop and dunk it that way? Would you allow that or no?
They should have a dunk contest, like a separate dunk contest. There should be the normal dunk contest. There should be the steroid dunk contest where the participants can take as many drugs, like strengthen their body as possible. And then the one where anything's allowed. You can use a trampoline. You can use a short hoop. You can like do anything. Like that. Those are categories that should happen at some point in the future because no one's going to watch the dunk contest.
Yeah, I honestly think that was genuinely like a really good idea. Like they should, I wouldn't say they should find like tons of contestants, but I would say like you get the normal, however many 6 like there usually is, but then do instead of just round 1 go dunk, round 2 go dunk, all right, finals like dunk off. Like they should do like categories and do it maybe like that. Like I think that would be very cool. Like it's like the most for like round 1 could be athleticism, round 2 has to be creativity, and then round 3 something else. Yeah, that would definitely work. That you're going to need to tell whoever the NBA commissioner is, but by the time you're big time in basketball, you need to propose that idea for sure. Yeah, but anyways, before we end this interview, I got one more question for you. I just want to know, oh yeah, that's right. So I have a complete brain fart. I want to know, like, what do you want your legacy to be like once you step away from the game of basketball?
What do I want to do like afterwards?
Or like what do you want to be known for or remembered as?
I don't really know. Like, I feel like after basketball, I'll probably like go into training stuff, like be like a couple of the trainers that I know, like Dags maybe. He's like a big like Team USA guy who trains me over the break and stuff. And I feel like if I can get to his level, that'd be really good. If I could like train kids, train the next level, get them better, get them understanding the game, then basketball will just be more fun.
Yeah. What did you say was the name of your trainer again?
Steven D'Agostino.
Wait. I want to search him up. That's why. Because like I'm kind of interested in this stuff too. So.
Well, let me show you something. I'm actually wearing a shirt.
Oh wow.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So what of the wait? I want to make sure. Wait, how do you say his name? Because I want to say it in the question.
Steve D'Agostino.
All right, Steve D'Agostino. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, he went to St. Rose for college, went and played pro ball overseas, and he came back and is training in like upstate New York, training kids.
Okay, he has there's a lot of Steve D'Agostinos out there, I guess. But training with him, you said you're wearing his shirt. I guess what was it like being trained by a really high level trainer?
Every time I go in, I just feel like I get better. Like understanding the game much better, footwork much better. Just everything feels like it skyrockets all my skill and understanding. Yeah,
and I feel like every single coach, or I guess every single trainer, has their own kind of like thing, their own kind of gimmick. Like their one thing that makes them special from everyone else. What's his I guess what's special not speciality. What makes him unique from all the other trainers?
Before COVID stuff happened, it was like playing should be what like people do. Like he thinks that going against people is how you get better, and that's basically what I did each time because my brother was up with us like before we came down here. So my brother would work out against me, and he'd put me against him, do all the footwork against someone, and it just improves your game.
Yeah. Actually, man, he's pretty famous on Twitter. He has like over 10,000 followers on Twitter, so that's pretty cool for sure. I want to, since he is, I guess, associated with Team USA or whatever. Has he ever shared any cool like stories of whatever famous players he's ever met before when they were younger?
No, he hasn't really told me any stories, but yeah, he's kind of been all over the place. He's done like different Team USA stuff, and I haven't really talked to him about like players he's met.
Yeah, because I find it cool. Like one of my friends' trainer, or when he used to like train with this guy, said like he like played, I think, Kenneth Farid in high school basketball or something like that. Like it's cool. Like it's crazy how by the time you're like 50 years old or something like that, the people you're gonna be able to say like, oh, I played against him or whatever. Like you just would have never thought that they would have been this person one day when you were playing them, and then all of a sudden they're like in the NBA. Like you'd have no idea. Like obviously now it's a little more obvious. Like I could tell like you have a lot better of a chance than other kids to make it to the NBA or professional basketball or something like that. But when you're like, high school, at least back then, like no one knew anything about anybody. So it's really crazy to hear like stuff like that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, man, I appreciate you for your time. Means a lot having you come on. Before this interview, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram at 22 underscore. Oh, I see the number 22. Now I gotta. This is my gimmick, I guess you could say. If I see a number, I gotta ask about the number. So what does the 22 mean? I think your sound cut out on your phone, but I'm pretty sure that's your jersey number. I'm gonna assume.
No, it's 2022, the graduation year.
Oh, 2022. Oh, okay. So when did you make that move to put that in your bio? I'm gonna assume recently, but
no, it's not actually pretty recent. It was more like as I went to camps like over the 7th to 8th grade summer. All of the camps are saying like the same thing, like social media, you got to put your graduation year and your name in the so you can be found easier. So that's kind of just what I did back then, and then I kind of stuck with it. Never really changed my username.
Yeah, that's. Do you like use social media a lot to get yourself out there in terms of for basketball exposure, or you just kind of did that just because they told you to?
I kind of just did it, and then my Instagram's kind of just been offers and then stuff I found kind of funny or cool, like with the jumping in the snow thing, with the East Bay that I first did like 2 weeks ago now. Wow, that was actually almost a month ago. Good. Yeah. But yeah, like just cool things that I've done.
Yeah, you had your first East Bay a month ago?
Yeah, it's on my Instagram actually. It's just like the first one I've ever gotten.
Oh, was that something? Oh, wow. Were you like working really hard for that or what?
So I had been trying it all over the fall, and then I kind of stopped trying it over break, and I just kind of lifted, got better, and then I came back, and I just kind of tried it, and I just did it, and I was like, what? I was not expecting it to go that well, because I'd never made it before. I just kind of did it, and it went in, and I was like, wow. Huh.
Oh, I mean, I guess congratulations for that. For that happening to you. But yeah, now that makes it to the end of the interview. So again, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram at 22 underscore Riley Mulvey. And I'm at iHoopsFL. And anyways, for 2022, St. Thomas More School center / power forward, Riley Mulvey. I'm Isaac Fleischer, and this has been another iHoopsFL interview. Peace out, guys.